Good morning dear students. I am teaching chapter 12. Name of the chapter 12 is reproduction in plants. Reproduction in plants. Yesterday I have completed sexual reproduction in plants, and today we will discuss about the fertilization. What is the fertilization? What is the fertilization? Fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization. Fusion of male gamete and female gamete is called fertilization, and fertilization is a step between pollination and the seed formation. During fertilization, the following events takes place. First one is the pollen grains germinate on the stigma and pollen tubes develop. The pollen tubes move downwards into the style, and the pollen tubes are the carriers of the male gametes. And when the pollen tube finally enters to the ovule where female gametes is located. Female gamete, what is the female gamete? Female gamete is the egg, is present inside the ovule. Egg is present inside the ovule. And third step, finally the male gamete fuses with the female gametes, and this completes the process of fertilization. This completes the process of fertilization, and the fusion product or the cell formed as a result of fusion of the two gametes is called the zygote. When fertilization process takes place, what is the fertilization process? Fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization, and when fertilization process takes place, then formation of formation of zygote takes place, and the zygote soon develops in an embryo, that is the body plant. Activity 12.9. Take a cavity slide. A cavity slide is a microscopic slide with a small cavity in it, and put a few drops of 3% sugar solution in the cavity, and with the help of the fine brush collect some pollen grains from a mature and dust these on the sugar solution. Place a cover slip on the cavity of the slide and leave the slide undisturbed for some time, and then observe under the microscope. And what do you observe? You will find a small tube coming from the pollen grains. 12.19. I will draw the diagram. Pollen grains, two male nuclei, pollen tube. Pollen tube, two male nuclei. Two male nuclei. This diagram shows pollen grains develop into a pollen tube carrying male gametes. And the process of fertilization in old book, it is given on page number 135. Now come to the activity 12.10. Examine the stigma of a number of flowers found in your garden. Under the lower part of a microscope, pollen grains may be seen adhered to them. Now place a drop of water and crush the stigma between two slides. You may see pollen tubes. Formation of fruit and seeds. What happens to the flower after fertilization? If you observe, carefully, you may see following changes in a flower. The flower loses its bright color. The sepals, petals and stamens fall off, and the ovary increases in size and becomes the fruit, and the fruit thus is the ripened ovary. The ovary wall becomes the fruit wall. Inside the ovary, the ovules develop to form the seeds, and the fruits let us perform the following activity 12.11. Examine a pea fruit and a mango fruit. Remove the outer covering in both these fruits. What do you observe in case of pea? Once the outer green covering is removed, the rounded seeds becomes visible, and the fruit wall in pea is thin and dry. And in mango fruit, after the removal of the outer covering, you find the fleshy portion which you eat. Inside the fleshy portion, a stony part of the fruit wall is present and seed is present inside the stony wall, and the fruit wall is mango has therefore 3 layers. That is, the outer layer is called the epicarp, outer skin is called the epicarp, middle fleshy portion is called the mesocarp, and inner stony wall is called the endocarp. I will draw the diagram. In this, you can see in the diagram, outer skin, that is the epicarp, fleshy middle layer, this is the mesocarp, and seed, and this is the stony wall is the endocarp. And fruits of the type of pea are called the dry fruits. The fruits wall in such a fruit is thin and dry. Examples of dry fruit: cotton, lady's finger, maize, sunflower, bean. On the other hand, mango fruit is fleshy fruit as the fruit wall is thick and fleshy. Examples of fleshy fruit: tomato, brinjal, oranges, coconut and plum. Functions of the fruits: the fruits wall gives protection to the seeds, and fruit is a storehouse of the food material. The fruits help in the dispersal of seeds, as seed contains an embryo, which one or two cotyledons and a protective seed coat. The embryo, after germination of the seed, develops into new plant, and the cotyledons often contains reserve food material for the developing plant. Dispersal of seeds and fruits: for a seed to give rise to a new plant, certain favorable conditions are necessary. A seed must fall on a suitable place where favorable conditions are present. How are seeds carried or dispersed to such a place? Can you imagine what would happen if the seeds were to germinate near the plant itself and not get dispersed to distant places? Let us study the following seeds or fruits to know about the mechanism of dispersion. Dispersion takes place through the wind, through the insects, through the water. Collect seeds, fruits of drumstick, maple, calotropis, madar, jokru, tribulus, okra, xanthium and coconut. With the help of your class teacher, examine these seeds or fruits. What do you find? You will find different situations. In some cases, like the madar, the seeds are small and dry, and fine hair is present on the tip, and these seeds are carried to far places by the wind. And in maple fruits, it has flat wing-like light structure. Like madar, these fruits are dispersed by winds. And zokru and in xanthium, the fruits are thorny. They stick to our clothes as we pass by them. These fruits also stick to body of passing animals, and thus animals as well as human beings help in dispersion. In case of coconut, which is grown on the seashore, the fruit is large and fibrous, and it falls in water, and being fibrous, it floats in water, and it is thus carried away from the parent plant by the water currents, and the seed and fruits may be dispersed to places away from the parent plant by various means, the wind, animals or water. Seed dispersal helps the plants to prevent overcrowding, avoid competition for water, minerals and sunlight, and spread to new habitats. Oral questions are given on page number 137. You have to do with yourself, and this chapter completed. You will take revision of this chapter, and after that I will give the exercises.